Hi everyone, this is a collective tarot reading for my woo homies for the full moon in Gemini, which will be exact at 11:07 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, December 7th. And it's looking like a potentially combustible full moon in the sense that it is basically perfectly conjunct with Mars. When I say basically, the moon and Mars will only be off by a teeny tiny little fraction of a degree. I'm super anal when it comes to geometry. This is as perfect as we can expect in the real world. And yeah, it's time to wrap up the year with one of these woo readings. This is the last full moon of this calendar year. And the question that I shuffled on for this tarot reading, for the tarot portion, is what should we be letting go of? Closing out the year, final climax of the year, felt like a fitting question. And as always, I have some oracle cards here to the side, which we will get to after. Feel free to choose which one or which ones resonate with you the most. We will get to that after. So I will be doing a 4x3 tableau, and the significator that I've chosen for us for this Sagittarius season is the Princess of Cups. So let me shuffle this like this. I meant cut. And let's find the Princess of Cups in here. So where are you, Princess? It appears that the bottom of the deck is the King of Wands, but it depends on where the Princess of Cups will be. Let us see. That's Swords. Princess of Cups. So, one, like that, and here. The Princess of Swords did come up finally. This. I find it interesting that I cut on, this card is the Fool, but we won't be paying much mind to this. So I won't make you sit through me putting these cards in order. I'm going to put them in order and stare at them a bunch. Give me a second. All right, so in short, the thing that we have to let go of, or that we're being invited to let go of, is unrealistic expectations as far as what is possible. But that is both good and bad. So while I was staring at these cards, there was a point where I said we have to stop dreaming out loud. And I think what made me say that was the pretty strong prevalence of Earth in this reading. We have 1, 2, 3, 4.5, depending on how you count the Magician. Could be Earth or air or both, depending on your school of thought. But anyway, I think that coming into this present energy, it looks like we got our ducks in a row, both on as far as intellectual preparation for the times that are to come, more on that shortly, and also getting our ducks in order as far as creating our little pocket paradise that we can navigate the potential storms that are ahead are concerned. However, I have the feeling that based on these cards, there are still some people who need to realize that their strong desire to bring about some kind of revolutionary shift in the momentum might not be realistic. And I think that the more we hold on to that unrealistic expectation, the less prepared we are and the less apt we are to do what we can do. Unfortunately, as far as what we can do, I'm reading this, for this reading anyway, this line seems to be more what is within our control, and it's all swords, all thoughts and words except for the Emperor here, which is right under the our collective significator here. So basically the little mini pocket paradise that I alluded to a couple seconds ago was a direct nod to the Emperor here. And I think the thing to keep in mind is that we're at the beginning of this. As far as bringing bringing our intellectual tools out into the world. We're still at the beginning of this process. And I think that if we keep in mind, if we take a realistic look at where we are and what our situation is, that is how we can best progress. But it's not going to be. It's the be patient meme. It's the be patient meme. It's a meme on my channel anyway. But all of this is, if you were to uncharitably oversimplify this entire reading, it would be patient. But more specifically, because I think there are things that are more helpful than that here. Mainly this line here, because the way to get to this magician here is through consolidation of consolidation of our material resources. It could be money, it could be time, energy, basically as long as you, how can I say this? The more time and energy you spend demonizing a certain German technocrat, the less time that you're spending actually making sure that the lights stay on throughout the winter. And and I've alluded to this in other readings before, to be the person that other people look to and say, oh, they got their shit together. What's up with that? I think that is the more realistic way, instead of trying to go all Alex Jones on people's faces and saying that, people are putting chemicals in the water that are turning the frogs gay. I try not to be that. And I think that it is through that we can have this practical approach to march towards the world that we want to see. But we need to have a realistic expectation of what is capable. And I think that it is time in this last month of the calendar year for people to, come to terms with that. Now, I almost forgot to talk about the flip side of this. When I said we need to stop dreaming and that there are two sides of this. Another aspect that might lead some of us astray is this fear that, certain German technocrats might be marching us to hell world. I don't see cause to panic in that regard here. And I think that part of what is making certain people, or the people that this reading is more specifically targeted for, part of what is making them over eager to get the word out and spread the message, so to speak, is this fear that if they don't, they're kind of doing the Hail Mary pass when there are a couple seconds on the clock, to use a football metaphor. And basically the message of this reading is that we still have an entire quarter left before the game is over. And metaphorically speaking, I don't know what a 15-minute quarter in football maps to as far as the real world situation that we face is concerned. I'm just using that as a metaphor. So yeah, and I think that to continue to use this football metaphor, the more that you just rely on your running back. I'm not sure which one it is here, but don't neglect the ground game. You can't be doing Hail Mary passes all the time, because you're just gonna, turn the ball over on downs. I'm boring myself with football metaphors. Let me see if there's anything else that I can say, because I basically wrapped it up. I think that, as far as material preparation for the times to come, I think that most of us are in a good position based off of these two cards here, but just a reminder to continue to focus on that. And that is the practical way through, so that we can manifest, or at least get in a position to do that. And in the meantime, just keep working, keep learning, keep working on the intellectual advancement that will be needed. It's just, you know, slow your roll. Slow your roll. We're a princess, okay? We're at the beginning of this journey. This is the new freshman on campus card. You know, the Princess of Swords is the Page of Swords in every other deck. So yeah, just as long as you slow your roll and also not panic, because I have the feeling that panic might be at the at the core of the eagerness to act quickly and swiftly, you know, that we can, you know, get through this. So that is what I have for the tarot portion. Let's go to the Oracle card portion. For those of you who chose the Starcodes Astro, what you need to know is debilitated discomfort. So I'm not sure, from what I know of astrology, I think debilitated is when a planet is in the opposite sign that it rules. And that can be an uncomfortable situation. I think that for you, what you need to know is that your discomfort is understandable. Your discomfort is normal. And to just make sure that you don't use your discomfort to make rash decisions. Yeah, that's how that best ties into this reading. For those of you who chose the Moonology manifestation, your what is this? Last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. You can't make this stuff up. Let me just do some quick astrological math here. So if the last quarter moon is in Aries, then the sun is in Cancer. So, you know, I think we're just gonna stick to the phrase that is at the bottom of this card here to make sure. It's funny. It's kind of a slightly different flavor of the message that is here. You know, when you're uncomfortable, that is something that is important to address and to be honest with. And it's okay to take the time to process what you have to process. We're heading into the deepest depths of the dark season. The winter solstice is like 3 weeks or 2 weeks after the full moon in Gemini. So, you know, days are going to start getting longer, and try to use that time wisely, basically. And for those of you who chose the archetype card, your archetype is the goddess. Nice. The light attribute is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. The shadow attribute, exploitation of the female nature and form. I think that for people who chose this card, you're being invited to take care of yourself. I think that some... you know, the people who most need this message, the people who most need the message of be patient, slow your roll. Yes, we're in a good position, but it's not that good and there's no reason to panic. I think that part of how that could have been manifesting for the people who chose this card is through, for lack of a better term, self-neglect, and to make sure to, you know, use the preparation that you've done up until this point. I really have to sort out, you know, the ant and the grasshopper, which one was the prudent one. Let's just say grasshopper. Sorry to those of you who know that I got it backwards. But to just make sure that, no, actually, it was probably the ant, actually. So to just make sure that you're, that as the neglectful grasshopper, you haven't been panicking, and that, geez, I probably just chose the wrong fable. Basically, take care of yourself through this period, and whatever you've been focusing on that has been distracting you from the things that you need to do to take care of yourself, you're being invited to zero in on that. There we go. No need for some weird ass centuries old fable that I can't remember correctly. So that is what I have for you. Please let me know if this reading resonated with you. I don't think I defined what a woo homie is. It's people who want more freedom and harmony in the world. I need to remember to do that at the top. But if you're still watching, I really appreciate your attention. Thank you very much. Like I say, almost every reading, these readings are super important to me, and we need more people like us in the world. But, you know, right now it's time to, you know, make it through the dark season. And on that note, please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. You can leave any questions, comments, or observations in the comments below. And on that note, you take care. I'll see you soon.